Hey everyone, Tiffany Tee here, and it's day 5 for me um, of W.A.D.E Tee's 30-day vulnerability challenge. So I hope you're all having a great Tuesday, and this video, hopefully you can hear me okay too. This video is about how I'm going to get vulnerable through humility. So during this challenge with W.A.D.E, I'm really putting forth my all to take advantage of this very cool and unique opportunity that, of choosing to be vulnerable in some way every day for the next 30 days. And as I was just sitting here kind of looking around and admiring the beauty that I'm surrounded by, minus the traffic, I was just thinking about which aspects of my life I need to clear out some baggage from so that I could grow and develop more. So this is what I came up with, and for me it's really easy to shut people out and disconnect from the world and the world I live in more times than I really like to admit. I find myself struggling to keep consistent connections with other humans in general, and the friends that really know me really well and have been my friends for a very long time, know me well enough to know this aspect and this character defect, as I say, or a flaw about me. But the people who really know me know not to take it personal, because I don't mean it personal at all. I mean, I'm extremely grateful that I have been blessed with a handful of friends that have been in my life for a really long time so far in my journey in this lifetime, and I just want to say thank you, first of all. I really have been blessed, and thank you to all of you who have just remained my friends through some extremely difficult times in my life. People like W.A.D.E, Christina Hamilton Smith, oh my gosh, Michelle Granis, Sarah Nakadati, Jamie Johnson, Tiffany Autry. We go way back from like 5th grade. Jill Bernard, Gina Riccardi. Sorry, my dog is barking. And then there's newfound friends in my life who get and understand this aspect about me, who know and accept this at face value for what it is, and don't give me shit for it. Don't take it personally either. People like Sam Gonzo, Caleb Mason, William Mills, Colin Porter, even my own sister, my own family. You see, like, what I'm trying to say is the people who really get me don't take it to heart when we don't keep in touch as often as we would like to. And these friends of mine, like the people I just mentioned, know me the most and know that I absolutely, without a doubt, love them to death. But there are just these phases I go through, these rhythms and cycles of recluseness, and I really don't prefer interaction with others when I'm in these phases. I just like to figure it out myself. When I'm ready for help, I'll ask for it. But as I go through these rhythms and cycles, they don't take it personal, because they know at the end of the day, it's like me are not communicating together regularly is nothing about what they did wrong or what I did wrong, if it's their case, or that they did anything to piss me off or to make me not want to talk to them. That's just me, and that's just how I am sometimes. And they love me and respect me and accept me with all my imperfections regardless. And that's probably why those are the people who are my besties and who are still around and a part of my life in some way today after many years. So my point in sharing all of this is that after doing some inner reflection lately, I feel uneasy, and I'm not okay with not clearly communicating to people some of the ways that I may have appeared to have dropped off the face of the earth and in some people's lives for a moment. So since this is a vulnerability challenge, I want to get extremely vulnerable and publicly apologize and help you to understand that it's not intentional at all. I've been challenged in this way pretty much my whole life, and not that many people know that about me. So I just want to make it completely clear that when I happen to go through my little phases of not talking to you for a little bit, it's really just because I'm retracting into my own little world, my own little bubble, or I find myself super focused on something that's consuming my attention, or I'm just feeling overwhelmed and I really just am choosing some like time off from human interaction for the moment. But I always come back around, right, Tibet? Tibet especially knows her and I are similar in this way and have been taking turns doing this for over 17 years now. There were periods of time when we went 2 years without talking. Must be because we're both life past sevens. And even Gino, shit, we've been doing this for over, 21 years now? Oh my gosh. But we've always picked up where we left off, not resenting one another for losing track of time, and I consider that a true friend. I also want to assure everyone that if I did have an issue with you, or if you did something that I did not resonate with in a good way, I sure as hell would tell you, and you would definitely be made aware of it so we can move forward. I've even done this like avoiding people thing many times throughout my life, even with my own mom and dad, where I've gone several months and even years without talking to them. So if you write me and I don't get back to you right away, or if you call me on my personal phone number, not this social media shit, which all my true friends know that I don't prefer social media anyway, and it takes me a bit longer to get back than usual to respond, that's just me, it's not you, okay? I just think this aspect of myself and my personality is why it has been challenging for me to be in an intimate relationship at times. So it sure does take one hell of a strong, wise, independent, understanding man for me to be in a romantic relationship that works. Hint, hint, Dino Gomez. Love you. No, but really, the main reason I'm sharing this with you all publicly and completely getting humble here is because I recently have done, I've done this with someone who I have a shit ton of respect for, who I truly admire and I look up to in every way, and that's Brian King. And I don't have a rhyme or a reason or an excuse, Brian. I've actually been digging deep to figure this out for a while now, and I think that it's the situation where I find myself not redirecting my procrastinating tendencies, and then boom, like a day turns into a week turns into a month, and so forth. And then I just get to the point where I was the one who felt so bad that I just gave up on me for a moment. Plus, I started to feel like I wasn't deserving of you taking the time out of your already busy schedule, and the wonderful value that you've added to my life when you were helping me on the coaching level, because I got behind on doing my part in being able to afford someone of your caliber in the first place. So, Brian, I hope you know that I think you are wonderful, and so does everyone who has the privilege to get to know you. And I'm sorry for not doing my best to communicate my feelings better in a way that was mature, and in a way that was mature enough for you to understand my come from, and where my head was at. So I hope you can accept my apology and truly know that I adore you and your family. You guys are all awesome. And I think that you are one of the best teachers, mentors, coaches that I've ever come across in my 23 years of experience on that level. And you've helped me grow in many ways this last year that you probably don't even realize. You've added immense value to my life that will continue to stick with me forever, and I will forever so be grateful and thankful for. So thank you. And for those of you who don't know who Brian King is, and if you're interested in learning more about him and learning how he's literally helped so many people from many walks of life, I've included his info at the bottom of this video, or the content section, or whatever. So now that all that's said and done, I would like to go ahead and share with you why me, like, personally taking this action of humility and publicly putting myself out there is so important to me, like on a deeper level, and that's because I believe that guilt is one of, like, the lower level vibrational frequencies that's almost as low as fear. So if you're not familiar with what the hell I'm talking about, or what I mean by vibrating at frequencies and stuff like that, then let me back up for a moment with the intention of explaining briefly about vibrational frequency, because it's one of my passions, the law of attraction. So, okay, we as humans, right, human beings, we have an energetic field of vibrational frequency, and it's constantly flowing, moving through us, encompassing our bodies, and connecting us to all that is and all that ever was, and all that is still to come, in my opinion. And it flows within everything in the universe, the galaxy, the realms, dimensions, all these makeups that we live in. And from what I know to be true, and have studied for over 13 years now, is that our energetic field of frequencies are continually vibrating at certain levels. So, and those frequency levels are measured from the lowest levels, which start at fear, and the highest levels, which are love. So now let me try to put this into perspective. Our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, our actions, all that we do, like, every day, comes from a place of being based in either fear or love, or somewhere in between the levels. So every emotion that we're feeling, every thought that we're having, and every way that we as humans are expressing ourselves has an energetic vibrational frequency match, which just means that like energy attracts like energy. It can be the opposite as well. So it also means that we are co-creators here in this multidimensional realm, and our thoughts become and attract the things that we are thinking, doing, and being. So now you may be, like, wondering, how do we measure that level of frequency that we're vibrating at or something? And we're all born with an emotional guidance system, or an inner GPS, as Dave Daly, the Monster Motivator, would say it. Others like to refer to it as intuition. So you can measure whether you're vibrating from a place of fear, a lower level, or a place of love, a higher level, simply just by checking in with yourself and noticing how you're feeling, by becoming aware and awake to what it is that you're feeling inside. Like, are you feeling sad, depressed, happy? Obviously feeling and experiencing joy, satisfaction, gratitude, happiness are all stemming from the higher levels, love, which is the highest level of energetic vibrational frequency you can attain. On the other hand, when we feel regret, sadness, despair, guilt, or ashamed, those feelings are all stemming from the lower levels, the lowest level vibrational frequency, which is fear. Some would say, including myself, that your inner guidance system is there to tell you if you're in alignment with attracting into your life that which what you desire. So if you're out of balance and attracting that which you don't really find favorable, which we all, go through the ebbs and flows of this. And that's what I mean by energetic vibrational frequency. If you still don't understand it, watch or read anything having to do with the law of attraction, and hopefully you'll get it. But bottom line here is that there are universal laws Okay, so bottom line, there's universal laws here at work, okay? It doesn't even matter, no matter who you are, where you live, what area or region you live in on the planet, what race you are, what religion you are, if you're a good or bad person, if you're nice or sweet or whatever, these laws govern our lives. And a good example they use in the movie The Secret is, I think it was Jack Canfield, where he was talking about the law of gravity, like, if you jump off or fall off of a building, you will hit the ground. Unless you have like some wings or a parachute or something. Okay, so gravity is a universal law, along with many others. And this is here in our essence of our creation. So back to my point, I do have a point. So since I feel that guilt is a low level vibrational frequency, when I'm feeling that in any way, whether it's guilt, whether it's sadness, whether it's shame, whether it's remorse, when I feel that in any shape or form, I do what I can to fix it. Or I do what I have to do to get rid of that low level feeling and not stay stuck there. And it's good to embrace your feelings and to work through them, not just push them off to the side or stuff them. Like, I used to be a really good stuffer. Still am in a little bit of ways, but I always just like to ask myself, okay, Tiff, how can you fix it? What do I have to do to get rid of this low level feeling and not stay stuck here? And you may be asking why do you ask that to me? And it's because I know that the longer I stay in that vibrational state, I'm going to keep attracting more things, people, and situations who intensify that feeling. And then it just like spirals downward from there. So, and FYI everyone, majority of the time, this is not an overnight process or a temporal band-aid fix. This is working through lower level vibrational feelings. This stuff that takes time, it takes work, it takes effort, and it takes help in many cases. And participation from you, of course, yourself. To make the conscious decision to choose to live in the higher vibrational frequencies that just bring us these wonderful, energetic, healing feelings of love and joy and happiness and abundance. And that's what I want from my life in this lifetime. And so does W.A.D.E. That's another perfect example and reason of why we took action to create more of that in our lives and to do this challenge together. Because at the end of the day, people like W.A.D.E. and I, who understand and see the spiritual and dimensional realms of this world that we all inhabit, we know without a doubt that this is what's best for us. And we want to choose that path even though at times we may fall off the path for a moment. But we don't stay there too long. And for me, at least, I can't speak for anybody else, but it's always been, it's not how hard we fall to the floor. It's like how hard we pick ourselves back up. Brush ourselves off and move forward. And that's the real challenge from my perspective. So, that's pretty much all I have. That was my point. I'm making, doing, being, participating in any way that I can, even if it means getting vulnerable and having to publicly apologize to somebody who I really respect for not clearly communicating and just completely brushing off, who may not even understand that aspect about me yet. I really encourage everybody to take a self-evaluation check every now and then, because it's so worth it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm far from it, but little by little I grow more and more, and I'm a little bit closer to reaching that loving state of happiness in my life that I think everybody wants and that everybody strives for. So until next time, tomorrow, Wednesday, day 6, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I know I will. I just feel so much better even just making this video and knowing that Brian's going to see it, and knowing that he understands my come from now, because I wasn't able to really clearly explain it before, and I haven't even been able to read any emails, Brian, just so you guys know. My inbox is like 10,000, I don't know. I'm not going there right now because I'm not doing the things that are gonna mess up my flow, even though that's definitely on the to-do list, because I have to get caught up. It's just I'm allowing myself permission to just be and absorb like I usually do, because I'm a life past 7. If you have any questions about your numerology, hit me up. I'd love to help you out with it. I've been working really closely with some people lately who just have learned so much about themselves in the numerological aspect way. So anyways, until next time, tomorrow, Wednesday, I will see you guys later, and I know I'll be purposely loving life and living it up as always, and I hope you will too. Take care, everyone.